welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a requested makeup tutorial using my Morphe 3502 palette. If you don't know what it looks like this, full of lots of warmth. I'm so excited to do this video for you guys because I wanted to do something that was easy to do and also very wearable. I feel like a lot of the looks that I tend to do tend to be like drama, but I wanted to tone it down and just do something that I know you guys could easily recreate or easy follow along with. So that's when I created this soft matte eye look. So nonetheless, if you want to continue watching and see how I created this eye look right here, then please go ahead and do so. So we're gonna dive right into our Morphe 3502, this little gem right here. I'm so excited. It's gonna be an all matte look using this palette right here. So we're gonna be taking this Peach Pearl brush. It is a UK based brand, super good brush. I always use this all the time. I'm gonna see if I can link their information down below because I really, I always use this. You guys have probably seen me use this pink brush. But what we're gonna go ahead and do is we are going to start off with this shade right here, which is a shade that's pretty close to our skin tone. And we wanna do something that's kind of close to our skin tone just because you wanna have a shade that's gonna be able to allow the other shades that you put on top to blend beautifully. So we are just going to place that all over our crease. And I like using a brush that's kind of rounded at the tip, but also very tightly packed in bristles because it's able to really get exactly where you want to place that shadow. And once we kind of place that on our lid, we're going to begin to diffuse it outwards. We're just going to be taking this Stellium Tools blending brush that I am obsessed with currently. It is so nice. And we're just going to apply that there. And then we're going to take a little bit of that same shade right here with our Stellium Tools brush and start to kind of place that just on the outer edge and then put the rest of the product up higher and start to really smoke that look out. Once we have that in place, we're gonna go in with another blending brush. This is also by Peach Pearl. And we are actually going to start taking more of a darker shade. We're gonna move into this shade right here, which is a little bit darker than the other shade that we used. And we wanna gradually build up that warmth. I don't ever really recommend using just one color on the crease, unless that's what you're going for. I always like to build up the color that I want because you want there to be a gradual effect and you want there to be dimension in your shadows. I feel like when you just go in with one color straight, it looks very blunt and it tends to look a little bit more harsh and not so blended. So I like to really take a couple shades that are in the same family of colors and start to really mix those together and blend them out as I'm working my way up with the colors. And don't be too worried about this outer edge or being really precise and perfect because we're gonna go back in once we apply concealer and really sharpen that edge. Okay, and then we're gonna move into the more intense browns. We're gonna take these two, this one and just kind of use both of them because we want to kind of intensify that warmth right there, but we also want to make sure that it still stays within that color scheme that we want. We don't want this to be too dark. I feel like just by doing this, it kind of creates a lot of dimension in there. So there we have the warmth. So now we're gonna put our palette to the side and we are going to cut the crease because we want this to be a very precise, clean eye look. So for cutting the crease, I always recommend using whatever concealer you may personally have, whether it's the Tarte Shape Tape or anything else. I used to use the MAC Painterly Paint Pot, but honestly, I feel like it dries out way too quickly. I'd rather just use that as a base and then use a concealer that's more creamy and it's gonna stay consistently creamy through all the time that I work with it, as opposed to using something that's gonna get dried out. So here I'm just using the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade medium. It doesn't really matter. I'm sure that whatever shade you have will complement what you're doing well. So we're just gonna go ahead and take our Stellium Tools brush. This is our bold lip brush. Because it's a lip brush, it's so precise and it really gets the job done of going in there and just carving out that crease so precisely. And then you also want to make sure that you go in there and kind of diffuse it out with the brown shade that we have laid on the outer edge, because you do want these colors to blend out together. And anyway, once you go ahead and apply the actual lid shade, you want to make sure that there's a nice diffused look and it's not just blunt. So now that we went ahead and carved out our lid, we're gonna go ahead and place a shade on top of the lid, not only to prevent it from creasing, but that's just gonna be the shade that we're gonna use to make this look come to life. So I'm gonna be taking my MAC 242 brush, which is the perfect lid brush to just apply all over lid. If you don't have this, you need it. And then I'm gonna be taking this shade right here, which is beautiful. I feel like it's a perfect like warm nude shade. And we are just going to be applying that all over the part that we just carved out. And you can see that the look immediately starts to come to life. And it just makes it like the perfect soft matte look. And I feel like it's also a very wearable look. Like you can wear this to an event. You can wear this to the movies. Like you can wear this anywhere. And then we are going to be just taking a little bit more. What I really like about this palette's matte shades is that they are so creamy and buttery. Like even on the lid, they feel so lightweight. You can tell a lot by a shadow when you place it on your lid, because sometimes they'll feel like really thick and heavy, or they just won't glide on smoothly. But this glides on so smooth that it just feels absolutely wonderful. And then we're just going to kind of put it a little bit closer to the diffused out brown, and we kind of want to make sure that diffusion is done very, very subtly and it's diffused to its best ability so that it looks nice and there's no harshness. So now I'm just going to go back in and kind of intensify, just so that you can really distinguish the lighter shade on the lid compared to the shade that's gonna be on our crease. And then we're gonna go in a rounded form. I'm just gonna kind of go windshield wiper, all the way through down here. So it really gives our eye that rounded effect. And then I'm gonna take this Morphe small blender. This is the M506. And we're gonna go in with those two shades that we use at the end, just to kind of add the warmth in here. And I want to make it a little tiny bit darker, which is why I'm kind of going back in there. You don't want to make it too dark because we're going to go back in. So I'm just cleaning it off with the leftover foundation that is left on here. Now you can kind of see that it's sharper. So I'm going to be taking my Sigma E65 brush, which I like to use for my gel liner, but today we're going to be doing things differently. So we are going to be taking our palette once again, and we're going to be working with these two shades right here. We're going to be doing a very like smoked out wing liner. We don't want this look to be anything except for matte. And just flick it out. And you just want to be very soft with it, because we are going to want this to look smoky. So now I'm going to go in with my concealer. I'm going to be using this ColourPop concealer. And I'm just going to be applying this in my under eye. I really have been liking this ColourPop concealer. I think I'm gonna pick up more shades because I feel like it's a really good concealer and it's super affordable. There's nothing better than having a good affordable concealer. And then for powder, I'm gonna be using the Patrick Star powder with MAC Cosmetics. I'm just gonna set the under eye. Then I'm gonna go ahead and tightline so that there's no issues with you seeing any of my skin through the lash. And I just go in my upper lash line and place it right there so you can't see any skin. I'm going to be taking a little bit of mascara. I'm going to be using the L'Oreal. I will be popping on falsies because you guys know how I feel about falsies. I just feel like my lashes are too small for me to even think about going out like this with them. So I always pop on some nice falsies. So I'm gonna take my Lily Lash in the style Miami. Okay, lash is on. It is just drying. I went with a more dramatic lash because I didn't do an intense eye. So I wanted to kind of do something a little bit more bang. So the last thing we're gonna go ahead and do on our lower lash line shadow wise is just smoke it up. We're gonna be taking these two colors right here and just going down here and really making it smoky. And the last thing we're gonna do is apply a little bit of mascara on the lower lashes. We're not gonna do any eyeliner or anything because we want this look to be really clean. Especially with the dramatic lashes, we kind of don't want to take away from all that's going on. And that eye is complete. So you can see how nice it looks and just how clean the eye looks, especially when you go ahead and just do a nice soft matte look. Okay, so I have the ears on because my hair looks like shit. If you don't like the ears, I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do about it. So I went ahead and finished the other eye. It was so quick. Like, honestly guys, because I was filming, it always takes me longer to do things. But when you're doing this yourself on your own time, it's gonna be so quick. Because I finished this like super duper quick and I was watching TV while I was doing it, so. Just so you know. For bronzer, per usual, we're just gonna be using my KKW Beauty Contour Kit. And we are gonna be taking this shade right here and just patting that on to the contours of our face, like right there. And then I'm gonna be doing it on this side as well. And then I'm also gonna be going up here on my forehead because I want to kind of warm up the face just so that it looks very nice and polished. And because we did go ahead and do a matte eye, I think I'm going to just keep everything matte and I'm not gonna use highlight. Isn't that a first? Yes, that's a first. And then for our nose, we're gonna be contouring with the same palette, but we're just gonna be using very little. I don't wanna make it too intense. I just wanted to make it very soft. I think I'm just gonna do these edges. For foundation, I used the NARS Radiant foundation. I probably should have used something more matte. I just reached for the first thing I saw. I should have used the LA Girl Pro Matte. This stuff is amazing, but I went and used the NARS foundation today in case you're wondering what I'm wearing on my skin. Okay, so now we're gonna be using our California Girl blush by Benefit, and we're just gonna be applying a little bit of this on our cheeks. Very little goes a long way, as you can see. So for lipstick, I'm going to be using Tansy by ColourPop. It is one of their ultra matte lipsticks, and it is kind of like this nice brown shade. So this is the completed look. It's a very warm, dark look, but I think it looks stunning, and I just love the fact that the eye is completely matte. The face is pretty much more of like on the matte side, no highlight. Just like a very clean, polished face. I kind of like this look because I feel like it does a good job of just kind of really emphasizing on your features as opposed to like on a blinding highlight. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed watching this video, and if you guys enjoyed this tutorial, please go ahead and give this a big thumbs up. If you guys want to see more tutorials, then please let me know down below in the comment section what tutorial you want to see next, using what palette. And that being said, I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon. Oh wait, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new, because we are almost at 12,000 subscribers. So don't forget to subscribe, and I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon for a brand new video. Bye guys.